When you woke up this morning, did you say, I'm gonna talk? Or did you say, I'm gonna skate? Welcome to Guilty Pleasures.
That is a good one.
I'm your host this week because Zach is zacking around. We got Garrick in the building as always. And my best friend.
Why are you so embarrassed by that now?
Because she tosses best friend around.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking
so
stripper
like,
at a bachelor party.
Okay,
like
this is
she called her gynecologist her best friend yesterday. She was like, my gynecologist, she's so cool. She's my best friend. And me and two of her other best friends were in the room when she said it. So we were like,
what does it mean? Do I have to be a gynecologist?
Okay, first of all, this was wrong of me to bring the lore of our podcast Confidently
that was a real
into this
crossover
room.
moment.
This is a safe space. I shouldn't have crossed swords with my businesses. I just couldn't help it. It made me laugh when I was introducing you, Zach Noe Towers. And second, Garrick, I will have you know, who did I name as my top 5? Which this might be sad.
Top 5.
Her gynecologist, Lacey,
Uh-huh.
Tiana, me, and then she said she's still waiting for a fifth.
No. I said him and Zach.
Oh, we share a fifth.
But I said that they share because it's
yeah.
We're a writing pair.
Yeah.
She really got herself into it though, because then she was like, I have 5 best friends.
Yeah, I was like, that's it.
First of all, doesn't know what the word best means, first off.
That's very funny.
And then you two shared the 5th spot.
Who's your best friend, Rick?
My cousin.
Who's your best friend?
My cousin.
Doesn't count family.
It doesn't count family?
It doesn't count because we both have sisters and it gets messy.
Sequoia.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay, besides your wife, who else?
Shits.
Right?
It is tough.
Does it get
It is
split?
tough to like think of.
Does it get split up between like
Yeah,
a
it's
few
like
people?
Can you be your own
groupings.
best friend?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm
You
my
know
own
who is best friend?
as Beyonce once said.
Me and myself and I.
Yeah.
From now on, we're gonna be my own best friend.
Yeah, no, it's spread out between groups. I would say that.
Wow,
yeah.
I feel vindicated.
No,
Yeah.
it's the fact that she doesn't know. She says best. And
Okay,
to
but
me,
you dumb
there's only
bitch.
one best.
You are my
Everyone
best
else-
friend in Los Angeles.
Anyway, welcome to Guilty Pleasures podcast.
Wow. Okay.
I'm the other Zach, Kelsey's best friend.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Actually, 2 Zachs are her 2 best friends.
Yeah.
You're
That's-
above these
she's-
ding dongs. Does that
that's-
make you feel good?
I know. We only get half of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
you share-
we get a
you share a
B.
spot.
We share-
You got custody 50% of the time. Guys, this week you heard us tease it. I had people DMing me saying, "Ooh, thank you for twisting my titties just a little bit."
Just the whole city,
Getting
not
revved
even
up.
a little nip.
No, it's the whole titty twisting. We are doing the Disney Channel original movie classique. The year was 1998. Skaters,
Whoa.
Venice Beach, long hair. This is Brink.
Wow.
Baby! I gotta know, what was your connection to Brink?
None at all. I've never seen
my
this
God.
movie at all.
Forgot.
Honestly, good for you.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, I never saw this movie. That's the whole reason why this even got brought up in the first place, because you guys started screaming about Brink, and I was like, the fucking movie, the bank
Security?
company, the
Yeah,
security,
or whatever,
like-
yeah.
This is a first for me.
And as someone who grew up in Los Angeles, did it make you wet or make you angry?
Dry. New segment. Does it make you wet or dry?
I don't know, maybe a little lightly moist, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was like seeing Venice is always fun in general. Seeing Venice before it got weird is nice. Seeing the pier is always nice, but other than that, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Zach, what's your connection to this movie?
Well, I think
we watched it together.
I was like 12 or 13 when it came out. So Brink, this sounds so weird to say now, but sponsored a lot of my first orgasms.
Oh,
weird
nice.
at all,
Yes,
brother. Not
he's
weird at all.
Yeah.
Hot, but again, it's that horrifying thing of watching movies that made things stir
Yeah.
as a kid,
Yeah.
as an adult, and you're like, this isn't okay. But you
got
know,
it.
but
Yeah.
then I did Google image him
Now.
current day to see he has a lovely wife and child, and I think I'd still smash, but it was definitely like teenage
No
Brink.
way.
Well, I mean, that's not saying a
What's his
ton
name?
about me.
Something Van Detten.
Eric
Sure.
Von Detten.
Eric Von Dutch.
but he was so hot as Brink, and he was like a skater who was like kind, which isn't like exactly what I.
Yeah, it's not what they are
because, like,
portrayed as.
Even
most
today
times.
are like kind of like, to me, like a little bit like raucous. They're like jumping over like public, things, and kind of like I'm scared of them.
No, anarchy is like built into skating. Yeah, absolutely.
It was really funny when watching this movie. If you don't know what it's about, I'm gonna tell you what the synopsis was on the Disney Plus screen.
Yeah,
it was Andy Brink. Brinker is the captain or is the lead of an inline skating crew,
Soul Skaters,
who is opposed to corporate sponsorships.
Yeah.
That was the log line.
Corporate sponsorships.
Funny coming from Disney.
Yeah. It's always this thing where you like, it's a company making this movie that is very anti-capitalist. Yeah. And it's just like, what are we doing?
What are we doing, guys?
You sold it to them.
We're fools.
We're biting our own tails.
Yeah,
but I looked at that and I was like, that is a complex log line for an 8-year-old. I was 8 when this movie came out, much like Zach. I was rubbing my little thing to that guy.
Actually crazy, and something like I had to like write down. This movie has a perfect story structure. It's like an absolute perfect circle.
Yeah, explain to those non-writers what a perfect story circle is.
It's just like the hero's journey where there are different beats that you usually have to hit in order for your hero to feel like they went through a complete arc and
he enters
went through
that new
journey.
World.
He's
faced with like having to grow and learn from his like mistakes.
Dark Night of the Soul.
Dark Night of the Soul. That's when he doesn't have the friends, the family, or the competing team. He like messes it up with everyone.
Wow, you guys, we gotta let's start this with besides saying it's a Disney Channel original movie, it was like a classic hit. This was huge back in the day. Disney aired this shit all the time. It was on repeat. I started quoting the movie. I haven't watched this in 20 years.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like the first line, I was like, did you say you were going to talk today? Or did you wake up and say, I'm going to skate? And I was like,
She was on top of it.
Yeah, it was just coming out of my mouth. I didn't practice it. But the thing that is carrying this movie is that angel-faced Eric Von Detten.
Yeah, he's like,
oh my God,
adorable.
Talk about
so
it.
Nice.
Tell me about
he's
him.
Adorable. He's like, and it's not in like in other roles that I've seen him in, he's just like, what's going on? Fucking, I'm trying to skate. What's up? It's less of that and more of just like a kid that is trying to, I don't know, make a living in this.
Help his family.
It's his family.
Yeah, it's just earnest. Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to save my family. I'm trying to like make money doing this. And then his dad's like, you can't fucking make your money doing the thing that you're passionate about. And it's
I guess I should have given a better synopsis. It's Brink is the lead of his skate crew, which consists of Pete, his best friend, a girl, because you got to have one, and they love that she's from Peru, and they'll never let you forget it.
Yep.
And then like Walmart version of Brink are all on one team together, and they just skate for fun. They're soul skaters.
Not about winning.
Yeah.
But Brink's dad's on disability, hurt his back. Anyway, Brink needs to start making money because his family's going for broke. What does he do? He's gonna fucking sell out. That's right. He's gonna join the X-Blades team. They're rivals from across the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And they've got a team that is riding corporate sponsorships dick.
They're getting that money.
They're getting that shmoney, $200 a week, which back in 1998 in high school.
That's a lot of money.
But also, did you see Mr. Blade X, the Daddy Blade X, makes $10 million a year?
Wait,
I must have missed that.
Oh, the owner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I turned $10 million in profit last year.
Well, so
and
he's
giving these
getting
kids.
more.
This is
child labor.
Yes.
Yeah, that is child labor.
Remember when he also says, I'm going to need you 24/7 for photo shoots, sponsorships, corporate events. I'm like, bro, you're getting ripped.
That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal, bro.
You don't understand.
I didn't see
He
any
dangles that
contract
$200 an hour over
There
here,
were
or
so many-
a week. I'm sorry, I can't even think about.
Did you say $200 an hour?
I said an hour.
Now
let's talk.
What's going on?
My second, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
There were so many times where I kept wanting it to take like a Euphoria turn. Obviously, that was just my mind wandering because the subject matter was so boring. But I was like,
God. I mean, you bring up a good point that this movie is so wholesome and like so pure at its core. We are talking about the power of friendship.
Yeah.
And I thought like the messaging was a little bit funny that it's like this guy at Brink tries to put his family before friendship, which in theory
is,
what you're supposed to
like
do.
that was like a weird thing, a weird hang up for his friends to be mad at, where they're like, I can't believe you would put your family above
It
us.
made us laugh so hard because, spoiler alert, Brink gets caught sneaking around with Team X-Blades and his friends are devastated because this is their soul brother, you know?
Yeah.
And the line that made us crack up was when he's finally confessing to the girl of the group, like, my family really needed the money. And she goes, we all need money. We were like, God damn, have some sympathy.
So fucking
She's like, that's how
dark.
it starts. First, you're doing it for the money, and then you sell out. And Zach goes, God, I can't wait to sell out.
No, like there was
Show me where to sign.
all of the 90s was like, let's stick it to the man type shit.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this was way more accepted.
Yeah, let the man stick it to me.
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
honestly.
I'll show you where to stick it, man.
Yeah. So what is it about Brink that's so lovable, right? Like for me, it's these boys had some big juicy lips.
They really. Oh yeah, that we have to talk about the bully. The
Val?
bully, like evil Brink.
Yeah,
basically
brown-haired Brink.
gives strong they them energy.
Oh.
Very strong
So
they them energy.
have you watched Ripley at all?
I've tried.
You tried.
Wait, is that Alien?
Yeah.
No, not from Alien. But
what is it?
It is the Talented Mr. Ripley, a remake on Netflix. That's
I've
in
never
the
seen
black and
Talented
white.
Mr.
The
Ripley.
priest from
Isn't that crazy?
The priest from Fleabag.
Fleabag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Who
great.
was talked up as too hot, and then when I saw it, I was like, he's not that hot.
Ooh.
What?
He's not. I
Okay.
agree.
Fair enough.
I think it said he was a priest, and that's hot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you grew up
Sensational
Catholic.
actor. He was
Makes a
very,
lot of
and he
sense.
was also very like mentally healthy in that entire series.
Wait,
Season.
so Ridley.
In Ridley, there is a gender non-conforming character or actor, I believe, in it that looks pretty similar to this kid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, I definitely can
You see
that.
it. It's that smooth skin, the high cheekbones, the plump lips.
Doesn't he have like a little gap in his teeth
think
that's
so.
like that's model
Yeah.
hot?
America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Val, the villain, he's also just hitting us with comebacks all movie long. He's just got
They're like all weak.
but that's Disney Channel.
He's so angry.
Yeah, what's my favorite one is he's like, you guys gotta skate against us right now, or else it's open season on all y'all's butts.
And I was like, okay.
And Zach was like, what did he just say about opening my butt? But yeah, it's giving Romeo and Juliet. It's giving Capulet Montague.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
Oh,
play for
sure.
the evil team.
Fair enough.
Jets, Sharks, and Jets.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. I think Brink and Val wanted to make out this entire
whole time.
fucking movie.
The two boys.
Yes.
They're just like, their faces are too close to one another. They're just, it's steamy.
Pillowy lipped.
Pillowy lip.
Blonde-
This is the
Bob.
fourth time you have referenced little boys' lips.
They were of age.
I'll
I'll have you know they're all 43 years old.
Yeah,
I looked it up.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Okay, when I was 8 sexually
Yeah.
fantasizing about them, it was allowed. It
Yeah,
wasn't
okay,
weird
fair
at all.
Also, we have to, did you know who Boomer was?
Boomer.
The black guy who
Boomer
gets
was the
hurt?
old-
Oh,
of
fucking
course.
the black Power Ranger.
Yes!
Are you out of your mind?
Okay,
Of course I knew who
what I
Boomer
didn't
was.
understand was I thought Power Rangers was pre-Brink, but
Oh.
he looks younger
Younger.
in Brink than
Yeah.
he did in my mind, unless that's a older kid thing
Right.
where like if we watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now, they'd all look like
Like,
children.
right.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah.
I remember watching it around the same time. Like Power Rangers.
Interesting.
Like this came
Yeah.
out what 98?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like.
God, in my head,
Mighty
Power
Morphin
Rangers
came
was
out.
like
Can you check when
94,
Power Rangers came out?
95.
So it had to have been.
Yeah, the one
before.
with Kelly, the pink
Yeah.
one.
Kimberly.
God damn it. I've done that my
Amy
whole
Jo
life.
Johnson. I had a big crush. She was an awakening of mine.
Really?
Thought I was gay.
Is this you? Oh. You took
Like,
one look at her and you were like,
be
not
her,
dicks
not
for
like,
me.
Yeah.
I dressed up as Kimberly the Pink Power Ranger almost every Halloween.
Yeah.
I still have an
That
outfit.
makes sense.
Wait, I
Yeah.
need to know what year.
That tracks.
1993.
93.
So 5 years.
5 years later, he's in Brink.
Yeah.
Looking younger
than he did.
Listen, he's got a good doctor.
Same age.
Skirting back to the beginning of this movie, it sets up a beautiful rivalry between the corporate evil exploiters and our soul skaters. And one of my favorite moments in the movie, and I so fucking vividly remember this as a child, was the moment where the bullies are doing something to the Brink squad, and as a way to get back to the bullies, Brink squad steals a handful of earthworms from the science lab, puts it in his sandwich.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
And brother takes out his sando and bites into a mouthful of worms.
Yeah. I would hate them too.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not coming back from that.
No.
I need to fight you.
Yeah.
Every time I see you. It is on site multiple times.
Worms in my mouth?
No, man.
The worm inconsistency bothered me a little bit. Did you notice?
Oh.
Like they looked like beautiful, like caramelized onions at first. And then they looked like pink, like
Gummy worms.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
Yeah. My favorite bit of that whole thing is when the teacher comes over and is like, is there a problem here?
One line.
And then he looks over at them to rat him out, and they just hold up.
Wuss.
Yes. And you're just like, that was comedic gold. How did you guys time that? Prep those little signs.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's feel good back and forth.
Yeah.
Talk to me about like Venice as a skate culture.
Venice used to be kind of rough.
Yeah.
It used to be
Have
kind
you
of.
been there recently?
No,
it's not smooth.
Oh, it's not smooth. Yeah, sure. It's. I mean, I not in the unhoused population way, but in the like general gang way.
Oh.
Where, like it was more like biker heavy than it was like skater heavy.
Motorcycle bikes
Motorcycle
or bike?
biker.
Okay.
And so like there were like biker bars over there, and like people would get shot and killed every so often.
Whoa.
And there's the that Von Dutch documentary that talks about that era really well. And then, you know, like there was that anarchy baked into skating that like bred the like Lords of Dogtown and that whole shit. Yeah.
I knew you did. Yeah. Did you inline or skateboard?
Skateboard.
So how did you feel watching this as a skater?
So
like
I think that the vert kids are always like people who are either rich or insane. Most times it's both.
Vert is the half pipe.
Half pipe.
Oh.
Half pipe doing
and you
tricks.
can do that on
like,
any wheels?
You can do that on any wheels. Most.
Well,
my mind immediately went to a unicycle. I was like, how?
But like little bike, people do it on little bikes.
Yeah, they do it on like BMX bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like
people.
you have to be born in that neighborhood that has like a half pipe.
Sure.
Or you build it in your backyard like a psychopath.
Or you build it in your backyard like a rich person. And so it's like, you know, kids out in the boonies or whatever that can do vert shit. Watching this, I was like, fucking rich pricks. You know, most of the time. But it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like I saw a lot of stunt doubles.
A lot of stunt doubles.
I didn't notice it as a kid, but those tricks were pretty good. They're pretty hot.
And honestly, they hid the stunt doubles pretty well. Like I was kind of looking, but like
there were times
looked like them.
There were times where I was like, is that fucking Brink?
Yeah, is that Brink? And a couple times I was like, that has to be him in this moment, but maybe not.
I wonder if he does skate.
Isn't it crazy too to think like, okay, this is obviously like a moment in time where you had to see things like on an ESPN type channel to know that people could do them. But like 10 years before that, people were just doing tricks like this and you had to just know that it happened.
Yeah.
Like I could see where people had to go like to events because they're like, I need to see people swoop.
Yeah.
Or
you know?
it's pre-social media.
Yeah.
You had to rely on radio and TV or news.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have to say, like, when you see that shit live, it's way different.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying.
Of course.
You don't understand how high these kids are getting, and you're like, there's no way that you're not gonna fall, and then none of them do, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's a lot. You know?
Yeah. Let's talk about the complicado relationship that Brink has with his father. Now, I'm just going to be the first one to say it. This man looked like he was on the verge of fucking losing it.
Yeah.
The dad?
The entire movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Dad hurt his back at his construction job, which apparently was his entire identity. It was all of his self-worth. He tells Brink, you got to get a job. Brink says, I'm bringing in two sacks a week, Dad.
Yeah.
And he says, not that job.
Yeah.
Washing dogs and expressing their anal glands.
Yeah. Let's get that poop all over your hands, baby.
His dad does not believe in his love of skating. He does not support it. He doesn't want him to go corporate. I don't even think he knows how good his son is.
No, he doesn't. What's crazy is the dog washing job is, I guarantee you, $5 an hour.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed.
Yeah, there's no way that it's more. And he worked for like 2 hours.
I saw that. It
Yeah.
was actually, I think, an hour and a half.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Maybe he got paid per dog.
I will also.
Oh, that checks out.
I will also say that like dads are always at their wits' end. Like that's like a dad.
That is a dad thing.
Beethoven dad. Like they're all about to kill their
Yeah.
entire family.
Yes.
Like one more piece of bad news. Like if he got fired from the construction gig,
Yeah,
he would
he's
have
done.
killed his entire family.
He would have ended up on the news.
Yeah.
60 Minutes, a whole special about him.
Totally.
Another problematic dad in this movie, Peter's stepfather.
Oh yeah.
He sounded like a real
Oh, I have to go and worship the ground he walks on.
Yeah.
Like, no, fuck you.
I was like,
stepdad.
oh my God. They're really trying to like give visibility to all kinds of complicated families
Yeah.
in this movie.
Also, go on.
And then the girl has a single mother
Yes.
whose
Yeah.
dad died.
And I'm gonna really like shame the woman. She looked much older than a mom.
Yeah, she looked like her grandmother.
Yeah,
a little bit.
abuelo. I did love the female character so much that I forgot her name. I loved her so much Isabella. I thought she was the fucking coolest when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I remember watching this movie and being like, oh my God, she's using sex appeal to like distract them, but then she's really like showing them up with her athleticism.
She's also on the pronoun forefront. When they kept saying guys, not all guys.
So she's a hardcore
like she's very
feminist.
her.
Yeah. She really wanted those boys to act right.
Yeah.
Women do the labor. What can I say?
Oh, damn, I had something brilliant to say.
Oh.
But it's gone.
When it comes back, just
Was it about
Yeah.
Peter's stepdad?
Oh, it was about that fucker
There you go.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter got way too good between the last
Yeah, he
practice
wasn't
and the
fucking
final
that
thing.
good.
Like, is he a ringer? Did he have like
Yeah.
a bet going? Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Peter used to trip over acorns on the court.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's like doing the hardest trick
540,
ever.
inverted 540.
Yeah, which is, it looked like he was doing like a barrel roll
I
in
know.
the air.
I was like, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
He was bad.
Yeah, he was always bad. And then Isabella was like, you got to get more air.
Yeah, you got to get the 360 on the ankle twist or whatever.
The ankle
Yeah.
twist.
I liked the premise, like you talking about this being kind of a perfect story circle.
It is.
My I love this movie in case you can't tell, but my favorite part is when Brink betrays his soul skaters and says, yeah, I gotta go early, see ya, and then goes to the X-Blades tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is so ashamed. He waits till the tryouts are kind of almost over. So he's just hanging in the back of the warehouse, which looks like Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
And he's like waiting for them. And he like comes out and he's like, sup. And Val's like, I
look at
knew
this
you'd
little
come
fucking
groveling.
bitch.
No way. Get out of here. And he's like, fine. I didn't want to be here anyways. He's like, wait. 30 seconds. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I feel for this man. He doesn't want to be there. The whole time he hates these guys.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it for his familia.
For fucking family.
He's got to do it for his family.
This whole thing is very Fast and Furious.
It is.
It's very Fast and Furious,
And like-
especially with the like homoerotic relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This was Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious was Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Well, Point Break was Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious was
What?
Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah, because they rob.
It's literally the same movie. Yeah.
they
Just with
rob?
cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they're surfers.
Yeah, but they're surfers.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that? I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, it's great.
It's iconically not good, I think.
I finally watched John Wick.
Oh, yeah.
I watched 2 of them.
Fuck yeah.
And I got so touchy actually because you kind of dragged it compared to Monkey Man, and I should have texted this back, but John Wick walked, so Monkey Man
That's
could
But
run.
did
Very
you
true.
see Monkey Man?
Yeah.
But John Wick came out over 10 years ago. Like it
Yeah.
was
Before- yeah.
revolutionary.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong.
it's like a huge thing.
It was amazing.
But you
I think
compared
you-
it directly to Monkey Man. You're like kind of boring compared to Monkey Man.
yeah,
Well,
so
Monkey
you
Man
had
was
a 10-year head start a
unbelievable.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also did see Civil War last night. That's
Oh my
another
Fucking
bang
God.
bang movie.
I wish they
I
would
can't
just
think about it.
control alt delete that film.
Oh, wow. I don't think it's healthy.
It stressed me out so bad. I had server nightmares.
Yeah.
So like obviously like Civil War is compared to my time at the Cheesecake Factory. I woke up in a pool of sweat.
Yeah. You can't sleep after the movie. It is probably the deepest horror that anybody can put out right now.
Wow.
Definitely. And they could have gone harder and scarier.
Yeah.
And I like that they kept the political stuff kind of like ambiguous.
It was like, let's just be vague about this.
Let's play
it
a
doesn't
neutral
matter.
party.
It's going to lead to conflict.
Yeah.
And it's the conflict isn't gonna look great. It's gonna look very terrifying.
And I will say, I want to
You
point
don't
out,
want this.
you don't want this. Jesse Plemons will have red sunglasses.
oh my God.
Yeah, but guess what? If you got to pick a side, bitch.
It's the Jesse Plemons side.
Yeah, I'm picking the guy with the fucking machine guns every time.
Yeah.
I am. I'm
But
going,
it's
whatever you say.
It was like, I think it was 12 years of conflict, and this was like the end of the 12th year. We're talking about Civil War. We should be talking about Brink. I am so sorry.
I mean, we have interjections. We have tangents all
That's
the
fair.
time on this podcast.
It was the 12th year of this of this conflict, and so like by that time, all of the lines have been drawn. Nobody like really like talks about the what they're fighting for. They're just like, I have my
It's the
side.
end.
It's the end, and then also everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
Everybody has an automatic weapon of some sort.
That's how it brings back to Brink. That's why I brought it up.
Oh yeah, they
Fine.
tried to kill Isabel.
They tried to kill Isabel.
Okay, but
Talk about it.
I will say, okay, her falling. Okay, they sabotage her. They throw a bunch of pebbles into her pathway.
Yeah.
Who
she
does?
wipes out
X-Blades.
of course.
Yeah,
Val.
lead of X-Blades.
Isabel.
Val
Oh,
is
Val,
the
the bad guy,
bad
yeah.
guy.
Val Kilmer, Point Break.
Point
Say it.
Point
Point
Break.
Break.
There it
Sorry.
is.
They throw a bunch of pebbles down. She wipes out. It is the most gratuitous moment in the whole
fucking
film.
crazy. I'm like nervous for the stunt person that did that.
I mean, roll upon roll upon roll.
I'm watching that knee hit the ground several times, and I'm like, can they
You
walk?
would have thought she was on like a mountain incline. Like
It
this
was
bitch was
crazy.
in fucking Malibu.
Yeah.
Okay, she was.
But I think that those people get up to such speed. Like they got up to 40 something miles an hour, and you fall at that. Like even if it was like a little bit less than that, that's pretty
Is there
bad.
a proper way to fall when you're a skater? Is it the tuck and roll like that, where you just roll?
Yeah, I think you tuck.
You probably wanna bring your
somehow.
arms
Yeah,
in.
you bring your arms in.
Yeah, but
And-
her arm got fucked
Yeah.
up with road rash.
Yeah,
That was
she
good
does. She doesn't know how to
special
fall. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
You guys should run a parallel like clip of a Fast and the Furious car flip with her rolling, because I bet it was like the same amount of
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, like
that's
the orange. Paul Walker's car at the end,
Yes.
hitting after
Oh
he
my
like beat
God.
Vin Diesel, hitting that tow truck, I think,
Yeah.
and he flipped a bunch.
I've
of
only ever
times.
seen the first movie of that series.
I try to forget
But
this every day of our
If you
friendship.
could both text me the order of best to worst,
I could do
Oh.
that.
is that better? Is it better to watch them
No,
like
I think
that?
it's better to watch and
In
release
order?
In release
Well,
order.
because if you don't, you're gonna be like, "Who the fuck? How are they?"
I
Yeah.
feel like
That
I'm
makes no
still
sense.
gonna ask that question.
yeah, there's a chronological order you can watch it in.
Oh,
but-
that's different than how they came out.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like there's some like prequel-y ones.
Is there one that
and-
takes place in like the 40s?
no
Before
wish.
cars were invented?
Oh my God! I feel like you just pitched the best Fast and Furious, which is them during the Prohibition
Ford
era.
versus like Ferrari.
No, it's them during the Prohibition. So it's just like them doing moonshine.
And
runs.
Oh
it's like
my
their
God.
great grandfather's
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Listen, I'd fuck it. Anything they make, I will watch.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
um,
It's just Vin Diesel with really high shorts.
Yes, up to his nipples.
Fucking
he
Like a
could
bow
play
tie.
it so
Yeah.
well, though.
Yeah, of course he could.
Yeah. There are two really good reveals in this movie, and I'm curious as a first-time watcher how you felt
Yeah.
with the anticipation. The first reveal being when the Soul Skaters find out that Brink is
Yeah.
skating
Yeah.
for X-Blades.
Right.
They are at practice, as Peter said, they got to be practicing for championships, which Zach brought up a good point. He was like, wait, so these guys are just in the championship. They don't have
Yeah.
to do anything
Yeah.
to
He was
be
like,
there.
it's basically practice for the finals.
Yeah,
What?
what- yeah,
what
yeah, yeah, they
world
just get to
do
jump
people
in.
gather to compete, but you don't really have to? You
No.
just go to the finals.
These guys, Disney,
I also-
Was it? It was like invitationals.
Yeah,
and then
invitational.
regionals. Yeah,
which
or
is
like
just
then
where
the
you go to show
championship.
off your stuff.
I
Yeah.
also pitched to Kelsey, and it would have made the movie better. Disney, you can
Oh, go
DM
on.
me if Brink had done that in drag.
Oh,
like as
yeah.
a girl skater.
Yeah.
Spit out my fucking drink. Oh my God. I've never done that. A real spit take.
Yeah. A
I've
genuine
never done
spit take. That's wild. Yeah, no, if he was in more of a disguise in some way.
Our guy wore sunglasses.
He did Neo sunglasses.
Yeah. It's like, all right, cool, man, I guess.
Oh, and that was another great line. He was like, "It's a look. Is there anything wrong with a
Ooh,
look?"
fucking
Oh,
burn,
spicy.
bitch.
Yeah, you know his LEWK look.
And that's
what he
the
meant.
moment when
Yeah.
you bust out your fucking pocket knife and
Yeah.
shake a bitch. Because you know he's a better skater than you.
Yeah.
But my butt sank. I remember this from childhood, and even it sank as we watched it as adults today. I was like, don't go to the Invitational. That's where Brink is. And of course, they walk up. And my favorite line is the guy goes, he doesn't look Korean. And Isabel goes, that's because he's not.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
I like that they didn't skirt around her finding or them being smart people.
Yeah.
That can
No.
like notice or whatever that this is
Immediately.
clearly.
Well, part of your filmmaking thing of it being a perfect film, like they had to find out.
They
Yeah.
had
Do you
to
know what I
find
mean?
out
Yeah.
at some point, but like usually they skirt, they just fucking dance around the situation, or they're just like, oh, he's celebrating, and then they
Yeah.
come around the corner, and then they're just like, wait a minute, it's fucking Brink. What? Why is he doing?
Yeah.
You know, but it was just like, no, we don't need to even jump to this. We can just see that he is. It's obviously Brink up there.
So before I go to the second good reveal, let's talk about it. Would you forgive your friend if you found out he was skating for X-Blades at the Invitational when you told you he was sick?
I don't know.
If he's like, it was for mi familia, brother.
I'm all about communication, and like
Yeah,
all they
you
have
gotta
to do is
tell
tell
me.
me.
I think that's what like kind of bothered me a little bit towards this like justification throughout it, where it's just like, you lied to me. I don't like, usually that is honestly a take that they go down, where they're like, you lied to me, and that I would have been fine if you just let me know.
It's the line that
It's
you
the
can't
line
get over.
that got me.
But then you're like, I was doing it for my family, for money. That just goes back to Brink being like, we skate for fun. And it's like, you got to cross that line.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're forgiving your friend, or you're not forgiving your friend. Excommunicated.
Maybe if Brink like,
Sucked your dick.
well, you know what's so funny, Kelsey, is I was gonna say something gross and then I didn't.
Wow. I just know you so well.
But if I think
and then you did.
If
Yeah.
Brink
For
like
you.
confessed to me that he like learned something about like the value behind selling out, I would be like, okay, you are not the same person you were when you lied to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remember that for the next time I fuck up.
Okay. No, I think that I'm sure you give him a second chance, but it would have been around the time that everybody else gave him a second chance. Like after
And when he has
you
that money and stuff.
Yeah, I need a pound of flesh, buddy.
Yeah.
I think you need to sacrifice a little bit
Yeah.
before we're just gonna come around.
There is something to that too,
Yeah.
where it's like you get trust, you lose trust by the bucketful and gain it by the spoonful.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that?
No. Some old
Yeah.
wife.
Some fucking ancient
Probably a poet.
proverb.
Yeah.
in the woods.
But it's like you're in the doghouse.
Yeah. A little bit.
Until you kind of
Sounds
prove
like
that you're
someone
not
with
a
a
dog.
grudge.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Weird other hang up is that in order to get back in the group, he just bought them things.
Whoa.
Which was like, did he just buy his friends back?
Okay, so Brink comes to the group and is like,
Yeah.
I quit Val's team after he tried to murder
Yeah.
Isabella.
Yeah.
And I've decided to sponsor you guys through
Yeah.
our Pup and Suds.
Yeah.
But I guess in that way too, we assume he's used all of his money.
He said 4 months worth of an advance.
Yeah.
wow.
So he has to work
from the
there for
dog
4
shop.
months.
For brand new rollerblades for 4 people, helmets, t-shirts,
Wow.
backpacks.
And
How much was this motherfucker making a month?
Was it set up that they had old gear in the beginning?
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of his skates comes off.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
like, we don't even have the equipment to compete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should have.
He buys back their love.
I think that the sacrifice should have been on his part. Like, I think that he should have.
I mean, it was
Well,
his
it was,
pockets.
yeah.
It's his pocket, sure, but like his
And
dad.
remember, his family needed that
no,
money.
his dad, they don't need it. His dad got the job back,
Right, which was
so like
convenient.
So if it was him, like him hearing about like staying on the outside of the turn, seeing that Isabella is like beating him, and then like pushes
her out of the way to fall.
so that he falls, and now the rest of the movie is him on the back foot a little bit, and then like them all noticing or realizing is just like, oh
Yeah.
wow, he actually does
Yeah.
care or something like that about us. He like sacrificed his actual body, like he
Wow.
lost out on something.
Yeah, because he really dropped the fucking ball at the championship when he fell twice. He's gone from a perfect skater the entire fucking
I
thing
know.
to really
Yeah.
getting the yips.
Do you think it was the beginning of him and Pete doing a Freaky Friday?
Yeah, I think so. Where he started sucking a little
Speaking
bit.
of Freaky Friday,
Oh,
our
yeah,
girl
Isabel's
Isabella.
in it.
Oh, is she?
As a high schooler.
Oh, she's the bassist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You're the
fuck.
ultimate you. Okay. So second reveal, second big moment is, of course, they go to the championship. They're
Yeah.
skating, flipping, flopping, 460 ankle breaker, as Zach called it. And it comes down to Val v. Brink in the downhill incline, whatever fucking race, straight down Venice,
yeah.
Malibu, from Malibu to Venice. It looked like. And there's a moment where the cameras go off because ESPN's filming it, of course.
Yeah.
And they go around
There's
a
a blind
blind
It's a
spot.
blind
curve.
spot.
And the cameras cut out, and Val is fucking
He
body
goes-
checking
he's like,
this
I'm
motherfucker.
I'm
He
gonna
goes
beat your ass.
roller derby on his
Murder
ass.
you.
Yeah.
Val swings and misses, causing him to tumble over a haystack.
Yeah.
And Brink has a choice. He goes, I can keep going and win the race, or I can go help my former nemesis turned friend turned nemesis again, Val. And he goes over and he's like, come on, man, let's get you out of here. That fall was nar, whatever he says. And Val goes, you never knew how to finish a race when someone was down. And he goes, guess not. And he goes, that's what I was counting on. And pulls Brink down to his fall. Brink falls. Oh my God. Flip flops. Val hops up, that motherfucking faker. And I knew this was the climax because Zach was going, is he faking it?
No,
Is he Kelsey,
Oh
is
my
he
God.
faking it? I was like, I don't want to spoil it, but he was faking it.
Yeah.
Pulled Brink down. Val gets back up, but don't worry, our boy Brink is fast. And
Yeah.
of course, out skates him to the end. But luckily enough, ESPN had filmed the whole thing and saw it, which
Yeah.
I thought was going to come back in the ending when ESPN's like, oh, Val won. But wait, play the footage. Look at him cheating.
I
He's
think there
disqualified.
must have been some sort of reshoot because did you also flag that Brink cheats at the end too?
He goes
he
through
takes
the
a
alleyway?
shortcut.
Oh, he takes a shortcut.
which
Yeah.
is not allowed to my
No,
knowledge. That'd be like
no.
running a marathon and cutting through like 2
Yeah.
miles of it.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
jumped like 2 stories.
Yeah, they were like, that was sick though.
Yeah, they were like,
that was
points
fucking,
for
that was
creativity.
fucking-
cool.
oh,
but yeah,
hell
you're right. You'd think it'd be like, oh, Brink gets disqualified. It's
Yeah.
like, no, actually, it's like unsportsmanlike
Conduct.
Yeah, I forgot what the
Unsportsmanlike quality.
quality. Yeah.
Our gay
Yeah.
commentator, of course.
Well,
so funny.
Yeah, and then maybe that ending didn't test well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You think
May-
they're
maybe it was
testing
just like
decom
the,
endings?
the switch, but I don't think they detest decoms, right?
No. I think that it's like
The
6
kids?
people in a room. That's what
Yeah.
I've always just thought is
Yeah.
how it's made.
It's like,
I mean, this is a movie that AI could write.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that's how far behind it is.
That feels so
Where it's
offensive
just like
to
it's
the movie
it's still in the 90s level of writing.
Hardcore.
This
Yeah.
hurts me, you guys. I love this movie.
Again, I probably watched like the first 2 scenes, nutted and turned it off every time. And so like I didn't know majority of the movie.
Yeah.
Or I just probably saw the poster. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is enough.
Well, rounding the blind corner, do we have any fun facts?
Yes, here, let me get them.
Hit us, Rainie.
All right. So, Brie Larson auditioned for the role of Katie Brinker.
Wait, the sister. We didn't
The
even talk about the little
oh,
sister. That
little
little fucking
psychopath.
The original
Twin. She was a real
Megan.
asshole.
she was like a little Peter Pan, Kathy Rigsby
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Megan. Katie.
The skating competition was filmed at Zuma Beach in Malibu.
Okay.
Yep,
There it
Malibu
is.
to
Yeah.
Venice.
Eric Von Detten, who played Brink, also played the popular guy in Princess Diaries
Yep.
and Sid in Toy Story.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's
Princess Diaries.
Sid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
hot
he's
guy,
the
Mandy
guy.
Moore's boyfriend.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa.
Oh, you're hot now. I'm gonna fucking try to date you.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
thought it was one of the Lawrence brothers. In my head, it's the Lawrence brother.
Dog, those guys are
The middle
fucking
Lawrence brother.
hot.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Lawrence Brothers.
Is he in
Do you
Princess
remember the Lawrence
Diaries?
brothers?
No.
He's him. He's the big one. Oh, wait, the Lawrence brother? Let me see.
What sitcom did the Lawrence
I'm-
brothers have where he had like a garage shop? I'm having a brain blast right now.
I know he had a show with Melissa Joan Hart at some point.
Was that the one I'm thinking of?
I think
Joey and Melissa.
Joey and Melissa.
Oh.
I'm
my God.
actually thinking of the hot chick, I think.
Oh.
Very different movies.
I know. But I can picture him in like a uniform.
Well, because the brother was also, but I think that's Robert Schwartzman.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Joey and
Whoops.
Melissa.
But God, that Lawrence brother could fucking smash.
The Lawrence brothers.
The middle one specifically. Joey Lawrence was fine, and I don't even know his name. What's his name? Matthew Lawrence?
Matthew Lawrence and Joey Lawrence.
Wow,
But there's
that guy
another
was
one. There's
so
3.
hot though. That one?
Yes.
That brother?
And he still is.
You know him.
What?
That's a worst picture ever.
Yeah. I
Ew,
can't.
there was 3?
Yeah, there's 3.
I thought there were only
and they
2.
were in stuff.
They were in a lot of stuff.
Let's see. Matthew
Brotherly
William
Love
Lawrence.
is the one I'm thinking of, where there was a garage.
Oh, the middle one. The middle one's still hot. They were just in like a cell phone commercial like 4 years ago. and I was
No
like,
way.
I'm fucking sorry. Matthew Lawrence is married to Chili.
No, what? Did I know that?
Chili from TLC.
Did I
What?
fucking know that?
That's
that is hilarious.
insane.
Wait.
Matthew Lawrence.
Oh my God.
Wait, now he's married to Cheryl Burke.
No, they're not. They weren't married.
They were
it's just
they were an item
together
though?
for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he's
Chili
aged
says she no
incredibly
longer
well.
fears marriage thanks
Oh.
to boyfriend Matthew Lawrence. Wow, they were both 90s fucking gods.
Icons.
Now is the time. Unfortunately, I wish I could talk about this movie forever,
Oh,
where
they're
we
dating now.
have to decide if
They're just
this
dating.
movie is a guilty pleasure, a pleasure, or just plain guilty. Zach,
Wait,
as
it-
our guest, why don't you bring us home?
Is Guilty the bad one?
Yeah.
It's Guilty.
Oh,
I'll never watch it again. I didn't really care while I was watching it.
Oh, really?
It's like,
that's that post nut clarity.
yeah, in a word, yes.
No!
It's not even like bad enough to be good. It's
Oh my!
it's
Now
really
I'm
in
mad
this
at you. Our
weird
first fight.
spot.
This is actually kind of crazy because I was wondering if it was a different sport or not dealing with sports at all.
Ah.
If I would have liked it as much, or if it wasn't dealing with an extreme sport, and because Zach, you don't like sports at all. Or
I mean, I
this
didn't say
one.
that. I like
No,
athletes.
Yeah, you like athletes.
That's a big no. You do not like sports. I can confirm.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh man, am I getting tricked right now? Am I getting lulled? But please continue. So,
Yeah, no, for sure, getting tricked.
yeah.
So it's a guilt for you.
and this also, it's like the sports were actually the least worrisome. Like, I that's not a sport in my mind.
Oh.
It's just boys having fun doing loop-de-loops.
Oh
Okay.
boy, pissed off that side of the
all
internet.
the skaters who are listening,
No, they don't
fucking
take.
come for me.
They don't take offense to you ragging on.
No, I know it's probably the hardest
inline
thing in the
skate
world. I would
rollerblades.
never get on a skateboard or rollerblades to save my life. Like, you know
Yeah.
this. I keep my feet on the ground.
No, it's the same thing with like guys being like cheerleading's not a sport, and it's like, all right, bitch.
You
but,
you
like,
flip.
Okay, like Challengers sports.
Yeah.
Loved it. Would watch it every day
That's
until.
it was about threesomes.
Yeah, it's about threesomes, and it was also about it was
Bisexual.
also
Okay.
art.
Well,
you know?
Brink could have been better with some threesomes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
there
no,
it is.
that's
All
true.
right,
That's true.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
Rick,
yeah.
what are you giving it?
Guilty pleasure for sure.
thank God.
Yeah, because like I was like, this is just straightforward, like such a again strong story, and then also like I do have like a soft spot for extreme sports in general.
Yeah.
But because of upbringing and all that stuff, but also there is a documentary about Tony Hawk called
That's
Till the Wheels Fall Off.
incredible.
It's fucking fantastic,
Oh.
and this reminded me of like that era of like Tony Hawk's like rise to fame, and then also like what it would be like to watch him compete as a kid and like notice that he was like better than other kids. But yeah, watch that whole thing. It is about him looking through his career, and it's framed with him doing his signature trick, the 900.
Oh,
for
much
the
like
last-
Peter's 540.
Yeah, much like Peter's 540. But it's him doing all his tricks for the last time as well.
Wow.
So it's like kind of sad where you're like, oh,
Can I
this is
brag
end
about
of an
something?
era.
Yeah.
He follows me.
Tony
What?
Hawk?
I have his number in my phone.
That's fucking
What?
sick.
Yeah.
Why do you have his number?
Because
so
He
cool.
gave you his
He
number?
came, literally, he's the sweetest guy. He came when I was opening for Whitney Cummings in San Diego. He and his wife sat in the wings to watch.
Yeah.
And he's like, I took a bunch of pictures of you. I'll text them to you. What's your number?
Oh,
and
wow.
So I have his number.
Wow.
And so like we followed each other on Instagram, which I was like, cool. Didn't realize actually how cool that was because again, that's not my scene.
Yeah.
And then I went on Threads. He followed me on Threads.
He loves you.
Yeah, he like
Zach is very funny and he refuses to
No,
leave people
no,
alone.
You are very funny.
Also,
very
the
good
director of
stand-up.
Toy Story 3 and Coco follows him, and he was like, wow, isn't that crazy? I was like, no,
I'm gonna
bitch.
be a Pixar voice.
Yeah.
You're very funny. And yes, you should do
Yeah,
voiceovers.
you absolutely.
Wait, this is a
want
fun question.
to-
Who's the most famous person in everyone's phone?
I would say Tony Hawk must be mine because he's like
A
huge. Like
deal.
he's like
Yeah.
known around the world. He has video games. He
Yeah.
has so much.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
You can't say us.
No, yeah,
Probably
it's about it. Yeah,
No.
probably.
Is it Quinta?
Maybe Quinta.
Quinta's
She's huge.
Yeah. So maybe like Quinta, like of the moment.
Yeah, of the moment.
Yeah.
I think mine's got to be Snooki still.
Snook.
Oh, that's so
Snooks.
funny.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
Like it was a wild day that
Yeah.
day. And
Yeah.
I got Snooki's phone number. I wonder
you
if she
still
remembers
drinking?
me. Oh yeah, we were drinking together
That's wild.
at like 9 a.m. Okay, obviously I'm gonna even us out and give this movie a full P. Send
Damn.
it because it is a perfect decom movie.
Yeah.
When I think of decoms, when I think of my childhood, when I think of the guy with the lightsaber drawing the Mickey ears, I think of fucking Brink. Let's watch a Disney Channel movie. Let's watch a Disney Channel movie. I think is how the tune goes. Like you
Is
said,
Halloween Town a Disney Channel movie?
yeah, isn't it? Is it a decom
don't think so.
technically?
Let's see. Because if it's released in theaters, then it's not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a decom.
It definitely wasn't in theaters. I can tell you that much.
I would
That
have
girl
watched it.
follows me on Twitter and Instagram.
Stop.
Yeah.
God damn, you guys are getting fucking big
Garrick, you've
money
literally been on
followers.
a multi-season of
Yeah,
actual
but nobody
television show. I
gives
forget
a
we were too,
shit.
Yeah.
but ours was unscripted, not the same.
As
Okay.
something only comedians could do.
Hey,
Did you
she's
talk
back.
about this on the pod yet?
Not on this podcast. I
Kelsey's
will.
a stand-up comedian again, so come
Yay.
here. Tour date's
Wow.
coming.
Tour date's coming. Okay. We've given our P's, our GPs, and our G's. Let's go down now to my pleasures. My pleasures is a segment where we talk about a piece of media, art, book, video games, often in Garrick's choice,
Sure.
that we've enjoyed lately, and tell us why. I can go first, and I fucking texted you assholes, and no one ever responds to it. And you and Zach jerk each other off a lot of times in the text thread. and
Not
then
this Zach.
I-
That would not be a problem for me.
Yeah.
I chime in, and I fucking never hear back from you shits. But have you heard of? And I wonder if you've heard, Rainie, of because it's big on Book Talk. The Perfume.
What?
No.
When did you say this shit?
Yeah, exactly. I heard about this book on Book Talk as like one of the best horror books with like an incredible twist and yada yada yada. And I read it and I was like speechless. And then someone was like, "Oh, you know it's a movie too." And I was like,
Wait, Scent
what?
of a Woman? No.
No.
Wait, where he makes a
Yes,
scent.
yes.
I saw that movie.
You did
What's
see it,
it
right?
called?
The
It's
Perfume.
old. The movie's called The Perfume?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But it's like olden times.
Yes.
And the guy has a really good nose.
Yes.
It's fucked up, y'all.
Yes. I think maybe we should do it because it's big on Book Talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I am going with The Perfume.
Wait, and you haven't watched it?
No, I've only read the book. And you should read the book. I
I've
know you
seen the
won't. You can
movie.
barely read.
I read all the time.
No, I know. I'm giving you one of my books.
But yeah.
Not my book. I do have a book. Anyway, what's your
I've
latest
binged
pleasure?
Two things that I'll talk about. The Fallout,
Yes.
which is
love.
based on a video game, which I never thought like that. When I hear based on a video game, I kind of zone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And it's gory. And the lead girl from Yellow Jackets
Yes.
is awesome in it.
She finally got her like her take because
then-
she got killed off in the first. Ooh,
I will
spoiler.
say Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
It took me, I guess, 40 years of consuming his media
Yeah.
to like officially fall in love with him.
Who's that?
He's
Walton
the
Goggins.
zombie.
He's the ghoul.
Oh, yeah.
The
yeah,
ghoul, yeah.
the
Well,
nose-
he's in Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones
He's
and
in a
Vice
lot of stuff.
Principals
And he's been in a lot of
the
stuff.
fucking Shield. He wasn't funny. Like he started off as a dramatic actor.
He's so good in Righteous Gemstones.
So good in Righteous Gemstones.
And then the other one is The Gentleman on Netflix. Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, we talked about that.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So adorable.
Rick, what's your pleasure?
Did we talk about Baby Reindeer?
Yeah.
The last one?
We
Fuck.
did.
You loved it?
That shit hit so hard. That shit was just so good.
Did you see she came out?
Yeah, watch that whole
The
interview.
Pierce Morgan interview.
Watch that
Have you watched it
entire
yet?
Yeah, but she
interview.
seems very normal in it.
Yeah, she seems so
What?
sweet and
Oh,
normal.
I thought she's.
I thought she
I was like,
seemed
she's
very,
medicated now or something.
Yeah, I think she seems.
Are y'all?
extremely normal? No, I'm fucking gaslighting you. She
Oh
seemed
my
like
God,
an
thank
absolute
God.
insane person.
I didn't watch much of it, I guess. But
Yeah,
I was
no.
actually bored when I was watching it. I was like,
No,
she
no.
doesn't
Dude,
seem
she's
crazy.
No,
Delulu and
deeper
mentally
into it,
ill,
she-
so,
yeah,
you know, but Delulu.
So since we said Baby Reindeer last one, fuck, I don't know. What have I been? What I don't remember what I've been doing.
Garrick's
Or,
like, I just watch my own work these
Yes.
days.
No.
Dang.
I watch your
What?
own work.
What have you been
Well, thank
watching,
you.
you? What have you been watching? I feel like you haven't chimed in lately
I
with
haven't
anything.
chimed in with like much.
You just been
shit.
chiming in with good memes lately.
Yeah.
You were too, you know what it is? You were too busy on the Kendrick Drake drama.
Yeah, I think that, and I'm trying not to bring that up, but this has literally been my entire.
Did you
life.
know?
That's
Did
so
you see all the
funny.
comments in last week's video of people? All of the top comments where I would absolutely watch Garrick explain the Drake.
I mean,
You
Kendrick
should on
drama.
TikTok. Take to TikTok.
No, for an episode.
For an episode,
oh.
they're just so there's so much lore, and I
I
fucking
know.
love lore.
I think I watched like a 45-minute one.
Yeah, there's
the other
just
day.
this is just something that has been brewing for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And literally everybody has been, I mean, since the start of their careers, and everybody's been like, hey man, I don't know what's going on with this Kendrick Lamar kid, but he's terrifying
Yeah.
and don't like rap again. Like every time they would
Yeah.
come into the studio and leave, they would like have these like not horror stories, but like, you know, warnings. Like
Yeah.
I would hate to see anybody getting a beef with that dude because like he's fucking that. He's not a mean person, but
But
he's talented.
he
The like
will
the immense
slice you.
weight of his talent has always been this thing, and they started calling him like the boogeyman essentially. And him and Drake have been throwing shots for the past decade, and it finally brewed to a point where they started making actual diss
Good
tracks about him.
music.
And now one of those by Kendrick Lamar
Yeah.
is the most played thing.
on Spotify.
In
right?
it reached the most amount of streams in a week in this decade.
Wow.
So it beat Fortnite and a Drake song, I believe. But
Which is
which is
the
very
funniest
it's
part.
poetic justice, truly.
put it in a song.
But yeah, that's been taking over my life, and it's fucking.
We support it.
I love it. It's
Rainey,
so
you
good.
got any good pleasures you're listening, watching, reading?
Ooh, oh my gosh.
Oh, she's got
She lit up
one.
like a Christmas tree.
I watched Wonka. And
So
I,
good.
Right? Thank you.
I saw it twice in theaters.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
a little late on that one.
You guys disparaged the show. They did not like it on Guilty Pleasures.
What?
I went in.
Did we not like
I thought it was fun.
Oh, right, because we had it with Keith.
Yeah.
Keith
is,
hated it,
you know,
yeah.
he is the, our sommelier
I
of musicals.
Yeah.
was dragged to it, and
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a musical. I leaned over about 30 minutes into my friends. I went, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was. It was
It's
magic from start to finish.
It's
Yeah.
delightful.
So we
So
turned
good.
you off to it, and then you finally watched
Yeah,
it.
and then I was on a plane, and it's like, there's nothing here. I can watch Wonka or like some really sad thing about an army dog. And I was
Oh,
like,
no.
okay, I'm gonna be doing
Never
Wonka.
on a plane.
Is that
Yeah.
the
I know,
Mark
right? I was like, I
Wahlberg
can't
yeah,
do that.
probably.
You
Yeah.
need to stop making movies.
But yeah, I what I loved about it was kind of spooky.
Yeah,
which I wasn't
very spooky.
expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like also, yeah, I cried at the end. I thought it was so good.
Which, like, the original is so fucking spoopy. I
Yeah.
felt like they were trying to
They
still,
were trying to give a
like,
nod.
Yeah,
of like,
yeah.
we know this is Roald
Yeah.
Dahl.
Also, the
like,
Tim Burton one was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was just
With-
a fucking nightmare.
well,
Yeah.
he leaned too much into
yeah.
spooky.
This one
Yeah.
was the perfect blend.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that's it. That's all we have for this week. Brink fucks hard, if you ask me. I encourage all of you to watch it. It is on Disney Plus. Zach, where can the people find you? What do you want to promote?
I'm on everything, everywhere.
All at
What?
once.
No, I was gonna say, tell them about your show at the Improv.
Oh,
in-
Brea. I'm doing the Brea Improv in like August. It's a 600-seat comedy club. And last time I did it, say it with me, filled 60 seats. So it'd be very
But it's your
cool.
hour, right?
Yeah, I'm running my hour.
Beautiful.
And he is so funny, guys. He just opened for
Very
Taylor
funny.
Tomlinson. He opens for Fortune Feimster, Whitney Cummings. Like, this motherfucker is funny. And I'm lucky enough to be best friends with him. So fucking go, because I'm going.
Best friends.
Best
But you can find me
friend!
everywhere at Zach Noe Towers, ZachNoeTowers.
Well, until next
Wow.
week, I'm Corn Diddy on all the things. I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
I'm Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And this has been. Did you wake up today and ask yourself, am I going to talk? Or did you wake up and say, I'm going to skate?
Perfect.